Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Inside the Lines. My name is Jet. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We have some news to talk about with NASCAR, Jimmie Johnson and Kevin Harvick. Let's first start off with Jimmie Johnson. We already know the deal that he's going to be racing back in NASCAR part-time for Petty GMS Motorsports. He'll also be a part-time owner with that team. Well, today on the Today Show, he announced his number, sponsor, and a new team name. He announced that he will be driving the number 84 Carvana Chevrolet for the now newly rebranded Legacy Motor Club. Yeah, that's the actual name. First of all, a couple things. Number one, I'm not surprised by the number change. Makes sense, 4884. Also, shout out to Denny Delivers, who predicted this months ago that it'd be an 84 Carvana car. So shout out to him for predicting this, but not surprised to see that Carvana be a part of the team, since believe they outright said that they will continue supporting Jimmie Johnson wherever he does in 2023. So not surprised to see that Carvana is on the team. But the team rebranding, Legacy Motor Club. All right. First of all, I'm very happy that we are getting away from the your last name and then racing, like Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, that, now we're starting to see teams like 2311, Trackhouse, Tricon, still a weird name, but whatever. I like that we're getting away from those previous names where it's just the owner's name and then racing or motorsports. And we're now going into a new era where we're all about creating a brand, an identity. I love that. But Legacy Motor Club is an interesting one. It sounds less of a race team and more of a vintage car collection or a country club for car fans or for old car heads. Like, it doesn't sound anything like a racing team, which I like that, when you think of Trackhouse 2311, you don't think of a racing team. You think of it more as an identity. But still, Legacy Motor Club is, I don't know. Again, it just sounds more like a vintage car collection and not a race team. And also the logo is so generic. Like, I don't know. Like, at least with Tricon, it had a cool logo. Tricon Garage, even though it's a weird name, it had a cool logo at least. Legacy Motor Club, it just looks so bland. I'm sorry. I love that we're getting away from these, race name and then like the owner name and then motorsports or race or whatever. I love that we're getting away from that and going to more identity brand teams, but I think they could have done a lot better with the name. I understand the reasoning for it. I mean, when you have, they wanted to pay tribute to the past car clubs, like with Petty, Jimmie, and also Maury Gallagher and their history with racing. They want to pay tribute to the past. Understand that. I understand that completely, but could have done a lot better with the name and the logo. Just saying. But regardless, I am happy that Jimmie Johnson is back. He will compete in the Daytona 500, or at least try to race his way into the 500. Currently at the moment, though, that's the only date that has been announced yet. Later on will be announced for future Cup dates for Jimmie. But yeah, I think the 84 car is, in my opinion, the perfect number of all the available numbers. I think that was the perfect number. But it's gonna be weird trying to get used to that name, because, I mean, for as long as NASCAR has been around, the name Petty has always been on the grid. This will be the first time, I think, ever that there will be a team without the name Petty in the name. It went through Petty Enterprises, then Richard Petty Motorsports, then Petty GMS, but now it's no more Petty. It's Legacy Motor Club. It's going to be weird getting used to that name. And also an update on Kevin Harvick. Now, we know Kevin Harvick, there's always been rumors swirling around that this could be his final year in NASCAR Cup competition. But there's a possibility that Reddit was able to maybe confirm that. And they now deleted Instagram posts. There is a clip that shows a sticker or some type of patch on Kevin Harvick's fire suit. But if you really zoom in, and I know it looks extremely blurry, many people have concluded that that stands for forever. Kind of like similar to how Jeff Gordon, his 2015 season, they had 24 ever. This time it's just forever. But that alone, a patch like that, all but confirms, if that is what it is, all but confirms that this is Kevin Harvick's final season. It's also interesting the fact that they took down the post, which adds further speculation. Why would you take down the post? It makes no sense. If it's just a simple little Instagram post, why was the need to take it down? So I think all signs are pointing to it being that this year will be Kevin Harvick's final season. Hasn't been confirmed. I'm not confirming it, but all signs are pointing to that. So if we can play hypothetical here. Let's say this is Kevin Harvick's final season. Of course, the question will be who will replace him. Granted, we have a lot of time in our hands to make that announcement, but you look at a driver like Cole Custer in the 00 car and back in the Xfinity Series. Could this be a 1-year demotion just to again pick back up to replace Harvick in 2024? Maybe. Very interesting to see the changes going on at Stewart-Haas Racing, because we all thought that Ryan Preece would take over for Harvick. Well, now Preece is in the 41 car, so who could take over the 4? If Harvick does retire at the end of this year, and Cole Custer isn't the one that replaces Harvick, let's say, because, I mean, there's still a good chance he will, because for some reason, the owner, Gene Haas, loves Cole Custer, and his dad is a higher up at SHR. But still, if it's not Cole Custer, then who could it be? Who else could take over that 4 car if Harvick does indeed step down, which I do believe is the case. Overall, what are your thoughts on these two stories? What are your thoughts on Kevin Harvick potentially announcing his retirement this year? And also the new name, Legacy Motor Club. Again, I like that we're getting away from these, you know, last name and then racing or motorsports as a team name. I love that we're getting away from that. Legacy Motor Club, it's going to be a while to get adjusted to it. Not a fan of the name. It sounds prestigious. It sounds like rich and fancy, but I don't know. It's gonna be a while before I get used to saying that name and not say Petty, because when I see the 43 car, I automatically think Petty. So it's gonna be weird getting adjusted to that. But hey, times are changing. You know, Richard's getting older, you know, and you look at some of the new team owners that are coming up, like Jeff Gordon will potentially take over. I won't be surprised if you start seeing this be the normal now. You know, no longer are we gonna see the days of last name racing or motorsports as a team name, and start seeing more identity brand type of team names like Trackhouse, 2311, Tricon, and those types of team names. I love that we're getting into that era, and I'm very excited to see what new teams, or at the very least what current teams, will morph into in the future of NASCAR. But again, tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, my name is Jet from MDK. Thanks for watching.